Hello and welcome. My name is Starr, and this is such a big, exciting day as we embark on the journey of creating a supportive community of women. This is truly only possible with incredible women joining in together and uplifting and inspiring each other. So, truly, thank you so much for choosing to be here. Consider this your personal invitation to join next week for the live class because I know that's where the magic is going to happen. I know that's where we're going to be able to build community and sisterhood and something to look forward to each week. So consider this your invitation for next week. And let's, I know that it'll likely just be me here today for the live class, but if you're watching the recording, truly thank you so much, and know that you are so welcome here, and I am so looking forward to getting to know you and seeing what we can build together. What you can expect is each week on Sunday, there will be a video to join live, like I mentioned. And it's going to, the time is always going to be listed on, how when you go to the YouTube page, the supportive community of women, if you forget the time, it's listed right there. Join live every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And that's where you can go to subscribe. If you gain value out of this, I would so appreciate a like on the video. I would appreciate comments. I think comments are just going to be amazing to see. I would love I would love to hear your insights as we go through this live video today. So I'm looking forward to next week. I hope you can make it at the live time, but don't worry if you can't. You can always watch the recording like you're doing now, most likely. Just know that this is intended to be a support system, a safe place to come as you are, to learn and grow in community with each other through life's ups and downs. We all have our own story. We all have our own experiences, our own, you know, challenges, joys, devastations, hardships. And I didn't want to make this community of support so specific. I wanted to broaden it enough because I think it is so powerful when women join together and uplift one another. And there might be something that you've gone through previously in your life that in a future video, when we're able to participate with each other live, or even if you're watching the recording, you can always participate with each other in the comments. You might be able to offer your wisdom, your experience, your love, support, your hope to someone else who is going through something that you've been through before. And maybe that's not the thing that you need support with right now. Maybe you need support, there are so many reasons in life we need support. Maybe you just want to feel more supported in life. That's me. That's what gave me this longing to create a community because we are so blessed with this modern technology. And I think we could create something really incredible here where we can gather together live and uplift each other as women. So I hope that makes sense, and like I said, I also hope to see you next week in the live class. Let me start with words from one of my very favorite authors. Her name is Melodie Beattie, and I pulled this from her Instagram page. In her words, "Comfort opens you up like the sun unfolds the petals of a fragrant and beautiful flower. Simply put, comfort will make you and those around you happy." So, who doesn't need more comfort and support and upliftment in their life? I know I do. So, that's what I'm here hoping to build and create. Let me start by showing you what I prepared for today's video. This is a worksheet. It's a free print off that I want to offer. This is what we'll be going through next week live as well. So I apologize. This week is going to be quote heavy. It's it's going to be a lot of, hearing from me and also hearing from women who inspire me and help me to heal and grow and help me on my journey of becoming who I am becoming and who I'm growing into and helping me on my path. So like I said, it will be a little quote heavy today, but next week I hope we can share in each of these categories. So if you would like a copy of this, like I said, I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but I want to offer up something for free as we start. I cannot start this on my own. This supportive community of women. So if you would like a copy of that, you don't need it. You can always follow along with your journal. It will be super easy to follow along today. But if you'd like it, I'd love to send it to you. Would you please request it by emailing scofwomen@gmail.com? So just the first letters of supportive community of women at gmail.com. Like I said, you can just follow along with a piece of paper and a pen. Um, if I do say so myself, I think the worksheet turned out beautiful. I did work really hard on it, and for those of you who request a copy, I hope that you enjoy it. This is intended to help us reflect on the previous week, help us just to kind of feel grounded and gain our footing where we are and help us set our intentions for the week to come. So I titled the worksheet Let's Flourish, because that's what I would like to do here together. And every Sunday following, I hope that we can find ways to build community and flourish together. So the first section on this worksheet is the celebrate section. And I want you to take a moment right now. You'll have to excuse me while I'm going through my outline here. This is obviously my first live. And I'm trying to do a paper outline and make sure everything is going. So thank you for your patience with me. Okay, first first point of focus on this worksheet is the celebrate section. I want you to take a moment right now to celebrate. Think of recently in your life, even this last week. Is there something big or small, or maybe it's big to you, that you would like to take a moment to celebrate? It happened, it was great, but maybe you didn't take that moment to really take it in and celebrate what it was. I'm going to read a quote from Nikki Warren. I will have her Instagram in the description box. I actually have not read much of her work, but in preparing for this live video and the outline I was creating and the worksheet I was creating, so much of her writing aligned with just the feeling and the vision that I had for today. So it seems like I need to read some of her books. She Her words really just pierced my heart the first time I read them. She brought me to some tears as I was scrolling through her Instagram page. So, on the topic of celebrating, in her words, Nikki Warren, take time to look back on how far you have come and how much you have grown. I mean it, my beautiful friend. When was the last time you really took a moment to celebrate just how far you've come? Every now and again, take a break from charging forward to pause and be proud of all the progress you have made. And when you finish something big, really, truly take time to celebrate the big thing you just completed, whatever it is, whether or not it is big to others. If it is big to you, celebrate it. Too often, we charge right into the next thing without absorbing and reflecting on what we just finished. Such beautiful words, by this author that I recently found on Instagram, Nikki Warren. I'm grateful for her work and that, she posts it publicly for us to. I mean, what beautiful words. I'll share what my celebration is and what I would like to just take a moment right now to recognize and celebrate. And by the way, you can also jot down, "Oh yeah, this thing happened and it was a really big deal for me because," and maybe you're going to plan something this week that you'd like to do in celebration of that thing, or maybe right now is what you need to take time to honor it. So I'll share mine. For me, it is starting this supportive community of women. I'm so excited about it. I am a little nervous because this is my first live. I am so excited about it. And I just I can't wait to see what we create. I think women can be so inspiring and contribute to each other's lives so much and uplift each other. And I was feeling a need for more support and connection in my life, just in general. I mean, I am so blessed. I have an incredibly supportive husband. I have people in my life who support me and love me. And like I mentioned before, I guess I just feel called to start this. And I can't wait to see where it takes us. So let me read the next. It's really simple. Again, it's by Melodie Beattie. You'll see a theme. The authors that I'm referring to today are Melodie Beattie and Nikki Warren. So this is a meditation. Melodie Beattie will post little meditations. And let me really quickly introduce you to. I'll be reading an excerpt from her book today, Journey to the Heart: Daily Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul. This book, I love this book so much. This book is a book that I have returned to time and time again, just when I want to feel grounded, when I need direction or clarity. And it's a pretty cool and simple format. She has these short passages for each day. And so that's what she refers to as the daily meditation. So I'll share a little snippet with you later in the class. But this was one of a really short and sweet meditation from her Instagram page that I pulled. And it simply is, "Let the magic begin." And when I saw those words by the beautiful Melodie Beattie, I love her so much and I'm so grateful for her work, especially this book. I need to read more of her books as well, or I would like to. Let the magic begin. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I hope I get to know you and meet you and see you soon, or whenever is right for you and whenever you join the community and whenever you're seeing this. Just know that I'm so happy that you're here and grateful, really, really grateful that you're here. And that brings us to our next section, which I didn't mean to do that, but it's gratitude. And I will read another quote from Nikki Warren that I pulled from her Instagram page, which again will be in the description box. In Nikki's words, "It can be easy to think that you'll be happier when the next season comes or when the better times come. But have you let all of the beautiful moments of this day and this season warm you from the inside out? In every season, there is truly so much good. I know you think that when you get there that it'll be better, easier, that when you get there, then you can be happy. But there is more joy and love than you could ever imagine right here. Have you stopped to look? I know there are difficulties here. I know there are stormy days here, but my beautiful friend, pay attention to and welcome the good in this season. Let the little things fill you with gratitude. Let the small moments of sun warm your soul. When good things happen, and they happen far more than you may realize, let them in. Stay open to looking for all of the good around you because it is trying to find you here too." I want to share kind of a cute and silly story, but also something that I'm so grateful for, and it did impact me, and I remember it. This was a few weeks ago. I was spending time with my son. Excuse me, let me get a drink of water while you jot down what you're feeling grateful for, and I guess your thoughts and insights with what we just read, you can jot down as we're talking about gratitude. So I was spending time with my son, hanging out with him. He's obsessed with Frozen, or at least he was. He goes through phases, but I've seen Frozen a lot. And I was sitting on the couch and he was standing, so he had this view of my hair that I don't think he normally has, because he's young, I'm taller than him. And he said, "Mom, your hair is changing colors like Anna. It is so magical." Something like that. And I don't know if actually, I think he said like Elsa, but I think he meant like Anna because, like I said, I've seen the movie a bunch. But to be fair, the hair growing in does look kinda like Elsa's color of hair. Um, but I just thought that was so cool, like, in regards to the beautiful lens that he's looking at life through. I've been sort of socialized to have certain thoughts or ideas about gray hair, and what does that mean, and da 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 da, and I could say things that sound positive from it, I could say things that sound negative from it, but from his lens, from where he was looking, it is magical that my hair is growing in a different color, and what a simple thing that we can do in our day-to-day lives. Just check the lens that we're looking from. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I knew this would happen. I've been a little sick this week. Hold on. Hopefully, I can cut that out because that was super pleasant, huh? Ah, excuse me. Okay, so my point is the lens that we look through, like those words from Nikki, we can choose the lens we look through and we can choose what we see. And if we stop to look, there truly is so much to be grateful for. The next section on on the docket here is peace, specifically at peace, that feeling of at peace. So what I mean when I say that, first of all, I looked up the definition. At peace means to be in a state of tranquility, contentment, or inner harmony. I loved that one, inner harmony. So my questions for you as you consider, when was the last time I felt at peace? What brings me peace? How can I invite more peace into my life? These are my questions for you to consider as you reflect on this. When did you last feel at peace? What were you doing? Are there ways that you can brainstorm right now and jot down right now for you to invite inner harmony into your daily life? And as I previously mentioned, when I need peace, I turn to that book, the one by Melodie Beattie, The Daily Meditations, because it grounds me, it helps me to gain clarity, to gain peace. Um, just such wise insights and experiences are in there, and that is a go-to for me. I have other go-tos. I know that, being in nature is I can't deny that when I spend time in nature, I feel more grounded. So and I can think back to specific times that I felt so grounded just by taking some time out of my day to go into nature, to listen to the stream. First, to listen to myself that I needed a break to go do that. So I encourage you to invite more peace and harmony into your life and to find ways to do that. The next section is hope, hope and trust. And when I say hope and trust, I'm talking about trusting the process of life, having hope no matter what season you're in. So, this idea of trusting the process, or for me, I like to think of it as the universe has my back. Um, I think that was the universe has your back was the title of a book that I listened to once that I also loved. But for me, that's the feeling I get that the universe has my back. For others, it might be, okay, let's trust the process here. For others, it might just be knowing or telling yourself you're going to be okay because you truly believe that. You truly believe that this is a season and you're going to be okay. And you're grasping onto that hope during the times that you need it. Um, so, in my mind, hope and trust can help in both withstanding the difficult times and also in appreciating and relishing in the wonderful times and moments. Let me share well, I want to say the words of Nikki Warren. So, in Nikki's words, if you only hold on to one thing, let it be hope, my beautiful friend. Let it be hope that things can and will get better. Hope that spring always follows winter, no matter how dark or cold it may feel. Hope that beginnings are possible. Hope that change can come, even when it feels like you have been stuck here for so long. Hope that miracles can happen in your life. Hope that you can make it through really tough times and that good times will come again. Hope that you are exactly where you need to be in your journey and that your unfolding and becoming is happening in perfect time. My beautiful friend, may you always keep hope tucked into your heart because hope will be the thing that carries you through. Hope will be the thing that reminds you of the light. So beautifully written, Nikki, truly. I think that hope is essential. It helps us to get through those dark times and find the light, just like she so eloquently and beautifully shared in her writing. The next thing I want to discuss with you is joy and laughter. I have a few questions for you as you jot down and write what comes to mind when you think of the word joy or when you think of the word laughter. When did you last feel joy? What were you doing? What ideas do you have on inviting more joy into your life? And if you're watching this recording, if I may make a special request, if you're going to leave a comment, can you share something that made you laugh? If you have a hysterical story to share, I just think laughter is so good for the soul. I love watching my favorite comedians when I need a good laugh, when I need a good boost. And so you could share that too if you have a favorite comedian. If you had something recently that just cracked you up, if you could share that in the comment, I would really appreciate it if you want to. I'm going to read from the book by Melodie Beattie the message or the daily meditation she shares on October 23rd, which is cherish joy. Choose joy, then cherish and savor it. Joy is not a fleeting emotion based on outward circumstances, a transitory feeling of the moment, a reaction to the scenery around you. It comes from within your heart, like the waterfall that rushes out the side of a mountain. Joy is a runoff from the wellspring within you, and sometimes it is a delightful, surprising contrast to the scenery around you. Embrace joy, relish it. Even if those around you don't have it right now, you can feel your joy. You don't have to be disrespectful of their feelings, nor do you have to let their lack of joy diminish yours. You have done your work, you have chosen to open your heart. Now you have your reward. And at the end, she sums it up. It says, cherish joy, It's your treasure. You've found it. You've earned it. It's yours. That just warms my heart when I read it. And I do think that it's very powerful to be reminded that we can we can invite joy into our life. We can tap into that. Um, and it's ours. It's ours to treasure, it's ours to fill, it's ours to cherish. Next topic is freeing affirmation, and I'll tell you what I mean by that phrase, freeing affirmation. I'm just grabbing my outline here. So, my definition of a freeing affirmation is a helpful statement that resonates as true in your body and sets you free. Again, I'm going to share words from Melodie Beattie. Allow yourself to heal. Find new messages that empower you with love, messages that set you free. So, let me give you a few examples to try to, further share what I mean by this. And these examples are examples of challenging self-defeating thoughts and replace so me, if I have a thought and it's not helpful, I can choose to replace it with something that is helpful, something that is true, something that resonates as true in my body, and that empowers me and sets me free from whatever that unhelpful or self-defeating thought is. So let me give you some examples. The first thought example is, I don't know how to do this. If you stop to challenge that thought or think about that thought, it's like, okay, well, that might be helpful. I may really not know how, I mean, not helpful. That may be true. I may really not know how to do this, but it's not really helpful, right? It kind of gives you that feeling of being stuck and uncertainty. So you may want to pause and think about that and go, okay, well, what is both true and helpful? You could replace the I don't know how to do this with I have the resilience and ability to learn and grow through challenges. I will figure out a path forward one step at a time. For me, that's very comforting. And this is going to be individual for each of us. What resonates in our body is true for each of us is it's going to be a very individual personal thing. For me, that really resonates because I would figure out a path forward one step at a time. Because I know that's possible. I know there's a way, and I know that that I have done that before and that I can do it again. I just need to focus on one step at a time. Another example is the thought, I'm too old or could be too young to change careers and pursue my dreams. You could replace that with a freeing affirmation that sounds something like, it's never too late or too early to follow my passions and create the life I want. Age does not define my potential. So I hope that those examples are helpful. I think, you know, we all have messages or thoughts, and we can find ways to empower ourselves, find ways to uplift ourselves with love and messages that set us free, just like the message that I shared from Melodie. I love her. I'm sure you can tell. Okay, we have two more left. The next one is connect with yourself. So when I say connect with yourself, I want you to first just stop, notice, and listen to yourself. What do I mean by that? I mean it's just like a self check-in. What are you noticing? Are you noticing that your shoulders are tight? Are you noticing that your throat is sore because you've been sick and talking nonstop? When you check in with yourself, your mind, body, heart, soul, what are you noticing? What do you need? And how can you take steps towards feeling at home with yourself? I'll share Nikki Warren's words again. Well, not the same ones, but more of her beautiful writing. She starts with check in with yourself. Sometimes you do not realize how thirsty you are until you taste that first refreshing, cool sip of water. Sometimes you do not realize how exhausted your body is until you allow yourself uninterrupted rest. Sometimes you do not realize the weight you have been carrying until you finally set it all down. Sometimes you do not realize how fast you have been moving until you sit in stillness. That reminds me of my little boy. Check in with yourself, my beautiful friend. Listen to yourself. For me, I think it's so important to prioritize ourselves, connect with ourselves, check in with ourselves, just like we would anyone else we love, anyone else we care for, anyone else we want to feel connected to. And just nurturing the knowing of self, the knowing of what you need, which le- leads me to the final topic, which is the gentle priority. And when I talk about gentle priority, I want you to think about the upcoming week. We've just gone through this, beautiful time together reflecting on all of these different topics that can be so beneficial and insightful to just check in with ourselves on. And when I say gentle priority, what I mean is what are you like gently leaning into? What maybe you already know exactly what you're prioritizing this week. Maybe you're going to reach out to a friend that you want to feel connected to and you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe you just know that getting outside and being around the sun more is going to do wonders for you this week. Maybe it's time for you to try something new and spice it up a little bit. Maybe there is a very clear takeaway from being here today. Maybe you repeat your freeing affirmation when you need it. If you're not sure what you could prioritize this week, I'll give you a really simple question you can ask yourself. Just ask yourself, how can I support myself? And the reason why I use the words gentle priority is because this isn't something that's like harsh and forceful and, oh, I got to do this. I want it to be, loving, gentle, kind. It's each of us choosing what we can gently lean into this week and listening to ourselves and what we need. So, lastly, I'll leave you with none other than the words from Melodie Beattie. And I pulled this off of her Instagram. Be patient, be gentle. Let yourself learn to hear the gentle and trustworthy words of your heart. So beautiful. That might help you with what you are choosing to prioritize and lean into this week for yourself. And lastly, I want to just leave you with what my wishes are for you. I wish for you to free yourself by leaning into your own unique and personal journey. I wish for you to further recognize your inherent self worth. And I wish for you to actively love and nurture yourself. So, truly, thank you so much for being here, for watching this. Um, if it resonated with you, I really hope I can, you know, have the privilege of getting to know you in a future live video. And just thank you for your time and for sharing it with me and sharing it with this community. So I send my love and I will see you soon. Bye.